Give me some. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. I am Kiara. I don't have a name for this podcast because the name that I had, my husband said that it was childish. I had
Childish.
Kiara, I had Kiara Diaries, and he thought that was childish. So I don't have a name yet, but I did not want that to stop me from doing this podcast. I don't have it all together, but I just wanted to get out there. So for now, we're going to call it the Kiara Burke Podcast.
The Berksters.
No. And my very first guest is none other than my husband, Joel Burke.
Wow. Did y'all see that introduction? Anyways, give it up for your boy, Mr. Joe Burke. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to my wife for bringing me on her fabulous channel. I appreciate you so much. This podcast is going to do wonderful things.
Amen. I receive. We're going to speak it. I worked really hard so far. Okay.
Ah.
I have. Anyways, y'all, per the title, we are here because we're going to discuss our first year of marriage. I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube to submit questions, and we're going to do like a Q&A. I got this idea from Vicky Logan and Cameron Logan. Every year they do like a marriage talk Q&A where they discuss their marriage, and I'm like, I want to do that. So that's what we're about to do. I got the questions.
There we go.
Book asked questions on his social media, but nobody submitted questions. And
I got questions.
You did?
I got like three questions.
Why you didn't tell
3 or 4
me?
questions. I got them.
Okay, so first of all, we've been married 1 year. Do the claps.
Say it again.
Do the claps after I say how long we've been married. Okay, we've been married for 1 year. Too early. We've been married for 1 year and 3 months. We made it. We're proud. Okay. All glory to God. All glory to ourselves because not everybody makes it past their first year. Before we get into the questions, I just want to do a little background about us because some people may not know. We got married February 12th, 2022 at Los Angeles Crest Highway. It was a scenic route. And about a month after our wedding, I vlogged it because I'm a lifestyle creator. I vlogged it, everything, put it on TikTok, and I went viral for my wedding dress because my wedding dress was $47 from a place.
We're not even going.
A lot of people know where it's from. I'm not going to say where it's from. And we went viral, and then they found out our wedding was less than $500. We went viral for that. That was a ride. We rode that wave, and here we are. But before I went viral, I just want to put it out there, I was making content. It's just nobody was seeing it. But yeah, so that's us. We the $500 couple, $500 wedding couple.
Hold on, I gotta say something because when we went viral, this clothing brand didn't get the knowledge and the acknowledgement as they should have, and boo-hoo. I appreciate y'all so much, man. The suit was phenomenal. I was fitted. I was looking good. I was feeling myself.
Who
Boo-hoo.
put you on? Who put you on the boohoo?
Boo-hoo.
Who put you on? Who put you on the
Holla
boohoo?
at me, please.
Who put you on the boohoo?
My wife.
Boohoo Tall. Okay.
Boohoo Tall.
Boohoo Tall has been blessing me for a very long time. I'm a little curvier now, so I don't know if it's gonna work out. But yes, Boohoo Tall. Okay, so let's get into this question. The very first question we're gonna answer is the one that I've seen pop up the most, and it was, what was our biggest challenge our first year of marriage? I'm sure we're gonna have different answers, but
You want me to answer first, or you gonna answer first?
Sure, you can answer first.
Biggest challenge, y'all. The biggest challenge for us, I would say, is living with each other. Because I say living, she probably gonna say something different because we were still trying to learn each other. I think the biggest issue is she lived a certain way, I lived a certain way, and how we grew up, it was different. Come from two separate, different backgrounds to the point where when we came together, we didn't necessarily agree with how one should live. But I'll let her finish up with
Okay. For
this. Is,
me, I think our biggest challenge, the umbrella term for everything, because there's many things that could go into this, was working together as a team, like becoming one. Like that was our biggest challenge, and it was full of many challenges within that. But that's what I would say, like working together as a team is something that we're still working on, but that was, in my opinion, that was our biggest challenge.
mm,
Because just because you say I do and like, okay, you become one, like you don't automatically like operate as one. Like you
yeah,
have to learn what that looks like for you and your partner.
and that's what I want to elaborate on
Don't
because
try to take my question.
nah, but that's what I'm gonna elaborate on because again, like I said, we came from two separate backgrounds. So you
Yeah.
know, me being by myself for a long time,
Periodically dysfunctional time.
yeah, dysfunctional. I didn't know how to operate as a team. I
Hmm.
still was kind of selfish, as you could say, in my ways. But it's a process. You're constantly growing in love with
Okay.
your wife. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's different factors that go into it. That for sure was one, but that was our biggest challenge, y'all. I don't know if the girls wanted some type of tea or like a story
We
time,
ain't giving y'all no tea.
um, but just that, just the umbrella term. Okay, maybe year two will be better at
Now things
like.
definitely have,
I mean,
you
yeah,
know,
but I'm like, we need to work as a team. I'm like, we are not working as a team. Me and him. Like I too had to learn how to work as a team.
we want our wants and our desires. And that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and even just
We'll
getting
get there.
things done. Like how do we get like just learning how to get things done and working together to get things done
Nah,
because
let's give them some tea.
okay, what?
So I'll give y'all a little tea. So Miss Kia Burke here.
I don't like where this is going.
I don't like where it's going.
No, go ahead.
Miss Kia Burke likes the house as if no one lives in the house. No dishes in the sink. Trash got to be taken out when it's halfway filled, when it's halfway full. You know, me, I can leave about, I don't care if it's about 5 dishes in the sink as long as they get cleaned up. But if there's one dish left in that sink, I'm hearing it
I want to know what this has to do with us working together as a team.
because we're not on one accord when it comes to that.
You're not on my
See?
accord.
Anyways, let's go to the next question, please.
Okay. So the next question is, what is something that you wish you knew sooner?
Mm,
A few people asked that too. Well, yeah. So we'll ask that too. Yeah.
you go first. I went first last time.
I don't. I don't know.
You don't know? One thing I wish I would have known was how fast. Well, well, in our situation, life has been moving fast since we got married. Life has been moving fast, so I just wish I had the mentality at times, as far as like financial wise, like having things together. If I knew life was going to move this fast when we got married,
Mm,
if my you know things would have probably been different
mm.
financially. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I don't know what I wish I would have known sooner. Um, honestly, the thing that's coming to my mind is like to stay like work. Okay. I got it. Okay, so the thing that I wish I knew sooner is to take care of myself so I can take care of whatever it is that I need to take care of. When you're a wife, and in our marriage, because I don't want to speak for all wives, but for me, following biblical principles is important to me, and the role of a wife, like that's something that I really want to operate in. Like I believe in it. I believe in what God said a woman should be in a woman's role and what a wife should be. And it's a lot. Like I have a lot. I always tell people like they can't pay me enough for what I do. Okay. They can't. So I wish that I would have known, like, take care of myself because I think I was so focused on being this type of person and operating in the way that, okay, in my head, I seen like this is what a wife does and this is what a wife is. And so I'm going to be like her. And it was like, it was a lot. And in a sense, I like let myself go. Not completely let myself go, but I just stopped taking care of myself or like things that I like to do on my own. I stopped doing them. So that was something that I wish I knew. Like, don't let go of yourself and take care of yourself so that you can take care of your other responsibilities. Like, if you have kids, take care of you so you can take care of them. And I was like taking care of everything else. And then, like, oh, I'm going to take care of me, but girl, you're tired. So that's something that I wish I would have known. Okay, one says, what are you proud of the other person for doing / accomplishing in our first year of marriage?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, I just
Say that. Ask the question again. Actually,
what
one
are
more
you
time.
most proud of the other person for doing or accomplishing this year in our first year of marriage?
I would say off the top, how you carry your role as a wife. Like you do, like you set the bar of, how to be a wife, like as far as your biblical standards and principles. Like you stand, Book really stand on her.
10 toes
She
down. I
stand
don't care
down.
what the
So,
culture doing, what the society doing. I am doing what's in that Bible.
and she been doing it. This is before, like, we're not even gonna talk about social media and stuff. Like this is stuff that she does, when cameras off. Just that's what I'm proud of. Like it showed me, it gives me confidence in it, and it motivates me to also live up to those standards and principles because don't it's kind of hard. But Book, like I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for adjusting to certain situations that she had to adjust to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as getting married, because it's a lot of adjustments that she had to make coming into this marriage, and I'm just proud um, of how she's took it and how she's taken it. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's doing just well. I mean, she gets on my nerves sometimes.
You always have to say that. Then
But
everybody knows I get on your
I
nerves.
love Kier. I love Kier. I love Kier. But I'm just yeah. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how you did that.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
proud of you.
That's cute. Yeah. Really? That's cute. I stay 10 toes down. I never fall weak. Never fall
Never
for
fall
a week.
Keep on loving.
Keep on loving. Shout out to Joel's bonus dad, Mr. Wall.
Walt, what
Mr.
up, Big
Walt.
Walt?
Okay. For me, I am most proud of you for sacrificing your desires as far as when it comes to your career and like pivoting and doing the job that you're doing now. Because I know for a fact that wasn't something that you seen yourself doing and it wasn't something that you wanted to do. Like you had to stop. Joe had to stop coaching. And he took this job, but we needed it. And financially, like, it was just better. It made sense. And so he did that. But I know that that was not easy. And like you didn't, I mean, like you voiced like, oh, it's gonna suck, but like I don't know, like I just feel like it was like automatic, like, yeah, like I'm this is what it is that I need to do and I'm gonna do it, and so I'm really proud of you for that. I am like, and we'll just see how this story unfolds, what God is gonna do, but like,
I appreciate that. I appreciate
because
that.
there's some men who would not. They just want to still be selfish in their thinking and not thinking as a provider and a husband and still trying to do what it is that they want to do. And I just felt like, I mean, we knew God opened the door for you in that job, but I also knew it was a path that you never saw yourself taking,
Mm.
and you had to let go. A yes to God is a no to something else. So you said yes, but you also said no to something. So I'm really proud of you for that. That's what I'll say. Give me a clap. Okay, you kind of touched on this before. How long does it really feel like it's been? Is time moving faster or slower?
Man, listen, let me answer this.
And yeah, you can
Let
answer
me
it.
answer
We feel the
this.
same way about it.
We only been married for a year, right?
In 3 months.
A year and 3 months. And it feels like we've been married for at least 5 years. They don't understand how fast life been moving for us. And again, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm pretty sure it's someone else in the world that got married that's probably feel the same way. But for us, like life is just moving fast because I feel like, again, we talked about this. Me and Kiara's playing catch up. It's a lot of things that I personally feel like I've delayed because of certain things I was chasing. The basketball dream, certain
Mhm.
lifestyles I was chasing. My identity was in that. So
Mhm.
I feel like God is playing, trying to catch us up to where we should have been years ago, maybe,
Mhm.
years ago. But I feel like he's trying to catch us up to his timing, and
Mhm.
he has to move things around. He has to move in on people's hearts to like put us in position to where we should be at this point. And that's just me. I don't know God. You know, with God, anything is possible. So
Uh-huh.
it's not a doubt in my mind that he's making moves like a
Yeah.
chessboard. Um, because of him trying to put us up to his time. So it's definitely been moving fast, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
Um, I agree. Time has been moving fast. I don't feel like we've been married for 5 years though.
Oh,
I feel like we've been through like I don't know, like 3 years of stuff in the course of a year. So
we've been through
like,
3 lives.
literally maybe, and it is due to, I believe it's due to God is faithful to his will and he has a place that he wants us to be. And due to delay, we got kind of, it's like boom, boom, boom. All right, y'all did this, boom, boom, boom. Um, I like look back and I'm just like, I don't know how. Like, how did I get here? Um, so that's what I would say. But like, I definitely feel like we've been married for the amount of time we've been married for. We've just been through a lot of seasons in a short amount of time, and it's exhausting and draining. It's a lot.
Season after season after season after
It's
season.
quick. It's acceleration, and we've had it spoken over us. You guys are in a season of acceleration, and we feel it because God, I can't keep up. Anyways,
You tired? You tired?
someone said, how do you guys make resolve conflict or avoid them?
I think
We
we
don't.
still we still
Okay.
going through that. Again, we babies.
Yeah, we're
We still
one. We're
babies.
1 years old,
We
so.
still learning. But I think communication definitely has helped.
Mhm.
At first, when we first got married or even together, my communication sucked.
Mhm.
I never opened up. I still have trouble at times opening up, and we gonna be real with them. We're not
Mhm.
even gonna sugarcoat anything, but um, communication, I feel like it definitely grew over this past year.
So you
What you
feel
think?
like communication is how we resolve the conflict?
Communicating, yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
communication should be always the number one thing when it comes to resolving.
Yeah. And people always say like, "Oh, communication," but they don't talk about like what it means. So communication is
Mm.
like, "Okay, this is how I feel." If you wake up and you're in a bad mood, you need to
Mm.
communicate that to your partner. Like, I'm in a bad mood today. I don't know why, but when I figure it out, I'll let you know. And then that lets your partner know, all right, let me, you know what I mean? Let me tread lightly. Let me not expect so much of her today. Or I'm sad today. I feel grief today. Like, that is what communication means. As well as if your partner does something, like when Joe does something that pisses me off, I am learning to like, okay, like kind of like before I lash out sometimes, like, okay, get myself together. Let me figure out how it is I feel. So I'm not letting my emotions lead, because every time I let my emotions lead, it never turns out good, like ever. So I'm like, okay, let me, you know, get myself together, because I don't want it to be an argument, but I do want to say what it is that I need to say. And then now I'm learning how to speak in a way, in a language that he understands. And your people have triggers, they have all of these things that you got to work through. So communication is how I would say we resolve conflict. And sometimes I'm learning, like, stuff ain't gonna get resolved that day. Like, sometimes you need to sleep on it. People be like, "Oh, don't go to sleep angry." But there are times when I have went to sleep angry and I like do not sleep good. But like there are some times where it's like, girl, you need to just lay down. And sometimes you wake up and you feel good and you feel like, oh, okay, like I'm not even mad about that no more. There's no need for me to even bring that to him.
Joy comes in the morning.
Yeah.
But sometimes speak about how some emotions doesn't even be yours. Sometimes it can be someone else that maybe feeling, just feeling someone else's burden or feeling, someone's grief that's not yours. Sometimes you don't even understand why you feel the way you feel.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I get
mean,
that. We're talking about
I'm just
conflict. We're
saying.
talking about resolving conflict, though.
But sometimes conflicts start because you feel in the type way that, you know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
And how do we avoid conflict? Sometimes it's just
avoiding each other.
no, no, Book.
Sometimes
Shutting
Book be
up.
in the room, I'll be out here in the living room.
Just yeah. So, okay. Let's
Vice
say
versa.
space. Don't say avoid each
Space. I
other.
know, but we just joking.
So like, to avoid it. Sometimes I don't know, because I don't like avoiding conflict. I don't mind going toe to toe. Like, I don't mind getting in the ring, and I'm not talking about like physically, but I mean like.
Not every time though.
But
Sometimes that
like
gets
I don't mind. I
tiring.
don't mind. I don't mind that. Like that does not intimidate
See?
me. Like that, I don't mind that. But
See?
But I never want it to get to that point. So some stuff, like if I know, like, cause I'm learning my husband, like, all right, like if I know this is gonna piss him off, like let me just be quiet.
Book will go all day. Book will go all day.
Anyways, next question.
Yeah. Next question.
Next question. Do y'all plan on enjoying your marriage just y'all for a few years before expanding your family?
Hold on. I still want to talk about the last question. Because when Book be all I hear is
That's what you get. That's exactly what you get.
it's gonna be a little clip. Anyways, back to the last question when Book was talking about, sometimes we gotta avoid each other because when Book start going in, and all you hear is this how I sound.
Oh my gosh. Is there a laughing thing in there? That's not laughing. Next time he's on the podcast, I am not leaving.
Hey, don't even worry about it because Joel Burke got his own podcast coming up real soon. Y'all gonna be seeing me real soon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you plan on enjoying your marriage just y'all for a few years before expanding your family? Dang.
Man, I was kind of loud, but I think we already spoke. I think yeah. I mean, of course, like I know for sure you had said you want to enjoy the marriage life for some time before things get serious and we settle down, have some kids. And
It's serious now.
it's
And we
serious,
settled
but,
down
yeah.
now. No, I'm
But
just playing.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we do. I personally have said I want to make it. I want the rest of my 20s to myself.
Book got everything planned down to the T.
No, and I don't have it planned to the T, and I don't know if it's gonna go that way. Okay, because one thing about God, He gonna do what He want to do, and I know that children are really God's children, and He's sending them into the earth at a specific time because they have a purpose and a plan. So I know I can't get in the way of that for real. But if it was up to me, I personally would like to make it through my 20s, and I'm 29. And I have until December to become 30 without being pregnant and without having a child. So, yeah, so far so good. God kept me the first year of marriage. Hallelujah. And we are just praying that He keeps me again. How many more? We got 8 more months to go, Lord. I know You can do it. Okay, this one says, Is forgiveness easier or harder now being married?
Can you ask that one more again?
Is forgiveness easier or harder now being married?
It's it's harder, but it's like I have to. I have to forgive you because if I don't, life just doesn't go well.
Hmm.
Like having things on your heart, having things just dwell in the air and the atmosphere, it sucks.
Hmm.
Especially being married, you might as well get the elephant out the room before it
Yeah.
stumble over everybody.
I feel like it's harder for me to hold a grudge against you because like we live together and I don't know, like it's to me it's harder for me to hold a grudge. Um but I really don't know how to answer that question because I was thinking like I don't it's not like a yes or a no. It's
Mm.
like I don't know, it depends on what was done or whatever, but I would say it's harder for me to hold a grudge against him because he's here. I can see him. And then sometimes, like low key, like sometimes I'll be mad, but I'll see something on TikTok and I want to send it to you,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, I can't send it to him because I'm mad at him.
See,
Like this is my best friend.
see
It's
y'all.
like it's how can you really be mad at your best friend for too long?
I'll be
Like
mad and I'll send it to her anyway. And I'll be petty with it. I'll get a petty TikTok when it's talking about
oh no.
situations, similar situations. Go ahead and check that DM.
I don't know. Okay.
Hold up, my turn.
Oh. Mhm.
So one question was I already asked that one, but what do you like each other? What do you like about each other the most?
Mm.
What do you love about each other the most? Oh, you go first.
Yeah, but it's hard. Like the most.
It ain't
That's
even
what's
gotta
that's
be
what's making it hard.
got a phone on,
Um, what do
notifications.
I love
Just
about you the most?
oh yeah, I want to hear this. Let me put my
I love
thing down.
that you have that your heart is that you have that you're like okay, what am I trying to say? I love that you have a relationship with God and that you want to live your life the way that God wants you to live your life.
Mm,
Like that's honestly what I love the most about him
mm.
because everything else is just going to fall in line because of that. Because God can get you together, because God has access to you and to your heart. When you're going left, God can snatch you all the way up. I love that.
I like that. That was cool. What y'all
Give
think?
me a clap.
What y'all
Give me a
think?
clap.
What I love about you the most is I have so much
The most.
the most, but I would say again, how should I elaborate this? I love that God created you to be what I needed in this life.
Mm.
And I would say that because like certain pieces about life that helps me. It's like you have a wisdom. You have wisdom about you and that it's like you open my eyes to see even though I'm hard headed, I'm stubborn, you open my eyes to see things differently. You give me a whole different perspective about life circumstances, whatever. Like you change my whole viewpoint on things and I feel
Mhm.
like it adds value to my life. So
So
yeah.
what would you name that? What do you love most about me?
You, just boot, just
Does
yeah.
that count?
Does that count? That's what I like about her the most. The value that she adds to my life. I would say your value,
Okay.
your wisdom, your love, your godly principles. Those are values, right? Assets,
Okay.
gifts.
So maybe you love my value. Like
Yeah, I
like
love
you
the
love like
value that you have. I love I love your values. Yeah,
yeah,
I love your
like
value,
my
your
morals,
values,
my morals and my values
morals, codes, ethics.
because they in return they add value to your life.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, that's
That's
cute.
a whole word.
Because at first it was sounding like you was loving what I do for you, but not like me.
Ooh,
You get it? It's a
my bad.
difference.
My bad, girl. My bad.
Okay. Um, what is the most important lesson you learned about being married?
Mm. Important lesson, I would
Oh,
say
okay.
finances.
Okay.
Book taught me so much about finances within this year that I sometimes I just want to slap myself every time I wake up. Just because it's like if I would have known these things, Mom,
Uh-oh.
Nika Green,
Uh-oh.
I ain't trying to do this like that, but if I would have known some of the stuff that Book be telling me,
Mhm.
I would have been good. But again, that's the value that she adds. So yeah, finances.
The biggest thing I've learned about marriage is working. Y'all got to work
Mm-hmm.
together. You need to work as a team. That's it. That's it. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna go into detail because I already went into detail. It's important. Work as a team. Okay. That's kind of like a question. A lot of people want to know our challenges. Okay, tips on merging finances.
Mm. Talk to her.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you have some tips
Me,
on merging finances. Okay, I'll start. Do what works best for you and your partner
mhm.
and work as a team. Like like in marriage, it's no longer, oh, this is my money, this is money type thing. It's essentially y'all money. Because whatever we individually do on our own with our money is going to affect us somehow. So it's y'all money. Now, he can contribute this much, I can contribute this much, but essentially it's all of our money. Um, and so for us, I mean, should we tell them like what we do with ours?
Yeah.
Okay, so for us, I know some people who have like one joint account and like, they put all their money in there. But for the Broken Brows, what we do is we have a shared account that we each contribute to. Um, and pretty much all of our bills and everything like that, stuff that, we share together. We each contribute whatever it is that we're supposed to contribute to the account. And that's how we do it. And then we have our separate accounts for like our own personal spending.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, that's something that could still be worked out. We're 1 year old. So that's what we did. Um, that's what we did in our first year. But I would just say do what works for you. I know some people have one account and all of their money going there. And if that's what works for them, that's what works for them. I like having a joint account and contributing whatever it is needs to be contributed in there, and then also having like our own personal money because we spend our money on different things. So yeah, this one says, "Did you guys set roles for your marriage? The rent, the cooking, the cleaning, etc."
At times, do I feel like it?
Did we set roles? Did we go
We
into?
didn't set roles, but at times it can feel like that. I know for you sometimes it can feel like that too. But I think it's just all about being a team. Again, like how you said, like being a team. If she cooks, sometimes I clean the dishes, vice versa. Um, all about being a team. I don't think we set roles, but we do. We just know um, how to be teammates at times. Sometimes you gotta help more than usual. I mean, Book does a lot. I mean, as a wife should be like I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
mean, I agree.
Kier sets the bar for a lot of wives and a lot of women that want to be married.
Oh
Book
wow.
Book sets the bar high.
Oh,
So
okay.
y'all got some.
I would say we did not set roles, but I have my own role. Like in my head, I
Hmm.
was like, "Oh, this is what a wife does," and honestly, it was a lot of the stuff that I do now. I was doing as a single woman on my own. Like I was cooking, I was keeping up with my house, like I was pretty much I believe that wives are the manager, the CEO of their home.
Mm.
Like I seriously believe that. So we're the keepers of our home. We're watching over our home. And so, and not just keeping it clean, but just making sure certain things get done. But I don't think we set roles. Like we kind of just like go with our strengths. Like, what are you strong at? What are you weak at?
Hmm.
It's not like, oh, well, as a, you know, like, oh, men do this and men do that, and like we do what makes sense for us. So right now, I um, make money at home, so I'm here. Book is gone 5 days out of the week for majority of the day. So I'm at home a lot, so I'm able to like cook, clean. I'm able to wash our clothes more than he is. Like I do most of the cooking, I do most of the cleaning because I'm here and I don't mind. And also I know how I want my stuff. And sometimes my husband do not do it how I want it to
Mm.
be done. So that's
I be
another
tired,
that's
nigga
another
tired.
topic. I mean, that's not me faulting him. Sometimes you do be lazy though. Sometimes like
Hmm.
he cleaned the bathroom and he did such a good job.
Spick and span.
So if he cleans the bathroom again and it's poor, like I know that you were lazy and you just.
Hey,
Anyways,
on some real, I feel like personally I clean better than you.
you
I
are
just
lying,
don't
bro.
I just don't put my talents all into it. I'm saying I just be
So you telling on yourself?
yeah. I feel like I do a lot of stuff better than you, but I gotta let you have that confidence because as a wife in a
Are
household,
you serious?
yeah, sometimes I gotta let you. I'm saying. That's why I had to clean that bathroom like the way I did.
You really no,
Like
but seriously.
when you walked in that bathroom, I know you was like, "Good God,
I said, oh, he did a good job.
nah,
You really think that you clean better than
I
me, though?
clean
You
better
don't
than you."
even pay attention to detail the way I do. Do you look at baseboards? You don't. Do you even know how to clean it? Do you know what a baseboard is? Do you know how to clean baseboards? Like, anyways, but one thing I do not do and will not do is I don't touch that trash. I don't care
Who
if he
can touch
is
the
going
trash?
out of town. You better take the trash out, but you go, and it'll be here when you get back. I'm not touching the trash. But for the most part, we do what makes sense. And right now, I am falling into a lot of those gender roles. And we hear a lot of people say, like, oh, we don't do gender roles and da 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 da. Okay, we do biblical roles over
Mm.
here. And it's like,
What's your sign?
what? It's like
The cross.
we like, I don't know, I just naturally fall into a lot of the things in scripture of what it says like a woman does and what she's supposed to do. And in this area of my life, I'm able to do it because I'm making money from my house. So, and I'm very blessed and fortunate to do that. So I do a lot around the house, um, grocery shop, everything. I am um, like making sure that money is getting administered where it needs to be administered to. Book makes sure the money is up in there. And we just, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, what are three most important things in a marriage?
Again, my three most important things regarding marriage would be number one, God.
Period, same.
God's first and foremost, God. Um, Second would be, of course, um, providing. Because again, as a husband, we got to work. God called the
Come
man
on.
to work
Come
first and foremost. So if
on.
you ain't working, you should not be having no girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
You should not be out here searching for a woman.
Uh-oh.
You need to be working. Because that's
And
the first thing God.
working though, right? Not
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to be bringing in this amount of money before I get a wife.
Yeah.
Just working, right?
It's work. Because you know what Adam did? Adam didn't even know he needed a wife. He didn't even know he needed Eve. He was so busy tending to that garden.
So busy
doing
working, doing what God told him
And
to
God,
do.
what did God tell him, Boop?
I'm going to send you somebody suitable for you. Right?
He didn't say it like that, but
Oh, okay.
it's man is he didn't make man to be alone. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
but
He said it's not good for man to be alone. I'm going to
But
make it someone suitable for you.
yeah,
What
but
did you
yeah,
say?
work, man. Again, so yeah, so God providing, and my last one would be um that's hard. Communication. Communication will be my third most important thing because we have to open up like if you're not communicating with your spouse, if you're not communicating, things can go left. The enemy likes to put stuff in our minds. So if I'm not telling you how I feel, if I'm not telling you what my plan or my vision is, you're gonna have your own thoughts. You're gonna have your own because I'm not saying anything. So I
Hmm.
think communication is my third most important. So God providing provision/provision and communication.
Okay. I would say God for sure is number one in marriage. Sex.
Oh,
I would say sex is important.
my bad, babe.
Um,
Oh,
and the third, I don't know. I feel like communication. Yeah, I would say that God, sex, communication, and um, o- okay, because I want to expand on that, but I will go into this one because someone did ask, how important is sex in a marriage? And I think it is very important,
mm-hmm.
because biblically, okay,
Be
sex is
fruitful and multiply.
okay. Thank you, boo. Sex is spiritual.
Connection.
It's a connection, and it's a way that me and him stay connected, and we stay intimate, right? So sex is important.
Even when you're mad at each other, I'm learning that.
Importante. Like it helps bring us together. I've noticed that when we go like, a certain amount of time without having sex, doing the do, that we like be irritated with each other. We get on each other's nerves. Like, but like when we are doing the do and you do what you're supposed to do, you hitting it
Tacos.
right, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like
saying, go make them tacos.
you oh
Ground turkey. Go
I
and do
am
that
like
beef.
stuff that he did. Like if he's like, he's scattered, so if he leaves stuff around the house, like I just be like, oh, I'll just put it back. Like I'll be like, I'll put it back. Like I don't be tripping. So
She
we
be
get
tripping.
along better. Also, like you are more happier. It's a stress reliever. Like it is like
Uh,
it's truly a weapon. Sex is a weapon. It keeps us close together because honestly, like it's us against everything that comes against our marriage. So it helps us fight together. So
Three in the
sex is
morning,
very important
and you know I'm on it. Oh, so once you come on my place.
in a marriage.
In a
This
marriage,
is for marriage because sex
this
is
ain't for
powerful
the
and it
weak.
keeps you guys, it draws you closer. So
Yeah.
it's very important. That's why I said sex was most, one of the most important things in a marriage. Okay, the other one is I think we have like a few more.
Yeah, because I'm hungry.
What did you learn about yourself in marriage that you didn't know before?
I learned that you got to overcome and you got to speak about the traumas and the things that you went through um, in your childhood that affects your adulthood. It has to be spoken about because triggers can happen, and you might say something that triggers me, and then I might say something that triggers you. So I think,
Hmm.
um, yeah.
Okay. I would say for me, I've learned how important it is for me to have like,
Hold on, my bad. Sorry to cut you off. How you speak to each other. I think, yeah, that's another one. How you speak to each other,
okay,
your
thank you.
tone.
Thank you. Okay, for me, is how I've learned how important it is for me to have like to live in like a clean space. Like I cannot go on throughout the day if like certain stuff is not put up in its place. When I was single and I lived by myself, everything was where I put it, so I never knew that it was an issue. But when I got married to my lovely husband, and the way he lives is a little different. Like it was literally messing with my mental health. Like I cannot like every day when I wake up in the morning, I clean up. Like I cannot just go about my day. And two, I'm also in the house too. Like if I was like going to work every day, I'm sure I would like leave the house a mess or whatever, but like when I come back, I'll be cleaning. But like since I'm here, I can't like function and move on without my day without certain stuff just being in order. So that's something that I learned in this marriage, and I communicated to my husband, and he tries to like just meet me halfway, although, you know.
She's just extra like she's extra like
No.
clean. It's like at time in
Yeah,
the morning
I'm a very structured
as a
person.
man,
Like, I'm a
as
structured
a
person.
man in the morning, you ain't trying to hear all that.
Well, let's clean up at night.
Go take that
Clean up
somewhere
at night.
else, man. I'm trying to get
Let's
some
clean up at night.
Z's. I ain't cleaning up at night.
Okay, then.
I don't get home tonight.
All right.
I'm kicking my feet
Okay.
up. Hey yo, Link. Hey yo,
Yeah,
Hive.
he
Hey
get
yo, Josh. Hey yo, E.
Yeah.
We hooping, man. We in
Yeah.
that wreck with it.
Plays
You
the
know what I'm saying?
game and then leaves the living room a mess.
We in that wreck
And I wake
all
up in the
night,
morning
man.
and I'm like, but you do clean up. Book has started cleaning up in the morning before you go to work. You
I
have.
know, cause you know why?
But
Number
at
one,
first,
the
when we
reason why.
first got married, oh my God, he just leave the house. Like, what?
Yeah, I did start because number one,
That's what he did, you know?
It keeps Book happy, and then it's like I ain't gotta.
It brings peace in the home, in the
I'm saying
marriage.
I ain't gotta heal.
Whatever.
I say something to Book. Book be like,
Okay, this kind of goes into this question. How was your transition of moving in together?
Shout
out rough.
Rough.
I want to know if anyone had a smooth transition.
David Ruffin.
Rough. It was rough, and I didn't even know it was rough until it got rough.
It was rough.
I was in denial.
Sandpaper rough.
But it was rough. But we making it do
Bottom
what it
of
do.
the hill rough.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be rough, but y'all will get through it. It's all right. Y'all will be all right.
If it's the will of God.
Yeah, God gonna hold y'all down. Y'all gonna be all right. All right, we got a few more questions because the people on YouTube wanted to know, what advice would you give to newlywed?
Slow down, man. I think we tend to move too fast. We tend to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down. Grab the wall.
Okay.
Nah, but slow down. Please slow down. Just enjoy one another. Slow down. Talk. Communicate. Enjoy life. Slow down.
What I would say is this is something that my auntie told me, is that everything you had, all your desires, everything you thought your marriage was going to be, everything you thought your husband was going to be, everything you thought you was going to be, put it in a box and burn it. Forget it. And two, don't compare. Don't compare. Okay.
Say it again, boo.
Don't compare your marriage. If you just got married, don't expect to operate like people who've been married for 5 to 10 years.
Say it again.
Think of your marriage as a baby.
Amen.
You are an infant. You're not even one.
Well.
So the way that an infant operates is not going to be the same way that a 5-year-old operates. An infant is going to need a little bit more attention, a little bit more affection, a little more help. A 5-year-old is a little bit more independent. So do not stop. Do not expect to operate like people who your goals, your marriage goals or your couple goals or people who you look up to. You're not going to operate like that. You guys are infants. You guys are babies.
Don't let social media be your reflection of your marriage, relationship, whatever. Don't let it reflect you. Like, y'all don't see you don't see the background. Y'all don't see what goes on behind closed doors. So don't let social media dictate your marriage or relationship.
This one says, would you suggest premarital counseling along with marriage counseling?
Yes.
100%. Do them both.
Yes.
Before you get married, when you get married.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
How do you all go about keeping family and friends out of your marriage life?
Oh, I think we do pretty good.
Yeah, and I think it's twofold. Like, I think our family and friends respect us. They know, like, that's y'all marriage. This what y'all got going on. They do support us. They're there, to listen if we ever need anything. They don't, like, meddle in. They're not, like, trying to be all up in our business. And so I think that it really helps. Also, too, I am the first one out of, like, my closest... I'm the first one out of my closest friends to be married. So I personally do not go to them about any issues or any problems or challenges that I'm having in my marriage because they're single. So I talk to older married women who I respect and value, and like, they have something within them that I want to be. I'm just getting advice from any and every old married woman. Um, and so that's also how we keep people out of our business, And I honestly, like, my friends, shout out to y'all, like my sisters, they hold it down. Like they're very respectful of our marriage, and yeah, like, they don't try to be all up in the business. So it's twofold. So that's how we do it. Someone said, I want to know, is the intimacy naturally spicier after marriage, or must one get creative? Keeping it real. You can go, you can talk.
Um, I think just depends on um, where you at, like where you at in the marriage. Like, I don't think it's not hot all the time. You know, it's just not. Like, we have emotions, we have feelings. Like, sometimes, life
Yeah,
just
like
happens.
sometimes it'll be like, oh, that
But
was
sometimes you got to be like, you know, uh, what's that word? Intentional.
intentional. Um, I think that for one, sex within marriage is a lot more like, it's just what is free. Like, it's a freedom. Like, you're not, if you're a Christian and you have conviction, like, you don't feel convicted about having sex with your husband. Like, it's just free. Like, it feels better. I know it's not like, saying is it spicier or not. But I agree with Joel, like, your mental state, like all of that stuff really does come into effect. But we're 1 year old. So I know someone else asked too, like, tips on how to keep it spicy. Like, I just feel like it's not,
It's
like,
kind
I feel
of
like we can't really give that type of
kind of awkward.
information, because like, I
Like,
don't
yeah, y'all should
know.
do this. No, this isn't sex education.
What?
This isn't that.
Okay, well, I would say tips on how to keep it spicy is communication, you know. Um, foreplay for women looks a lot different. Like, I feel like I am well satisfied in the bedroom when I am well satisfied emotionally by my husband. You know,
Mm.
just like when he's taking care of certain things, like, what I mean?
So them bills paid?
No, like, for me as a woman,
Well, that credit looking good?
like, it's just, like, all of that stuff
Oh,
it matters. Like,
book
that's how you keep
credit
it
looking
spicy, like
good.
keep other areas of your marriage healthy, and I think sex is just going to be nice.
Book be like, book credit looking good. Well, that credit score went up.
Oh, he did what he said he was going to do when he said he was going to do it. That gets the girls going. That's how you keep it spicy. Okay. Is there another one? Because a lot of people ask the same. Oh, okay. Last one. Would you suggest waiting until marriage for sexual intimacy?
Spiritually, my spirit man would say yes.
What would your other man say?
It's just kind of hard. I would say if you really got to be like sold out for God, you know, as a child, just sold out because your flesh is just wicked. Your flesh is just wicked, man. It's easy. It's so easy to fall into that lifestyle or fall into, sex. Especially in these days, you got OnlyFans, you got
Hmm.
young kids like seeing stuff like this. So of course they're gonna be interested in doing what they see.
Hmm.
Um, but it's just if you got to be sold out, you have to be totally sold out for God and living the right way until marriage. But spiritually, I would say yeah, like
So you're saying,
stay.
yes, it's worth it, but you're
It's
saying
worth
it's
it.
hard.
It's worth it, but it's gonna be hard. You're gonna be tested. Like, you're
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
tempted. Like, yes, like,
Yeah,
but
because
at the
she
same
asked, would
time,
you suggest?
I would
Would you
suggest it.
suggest waiting?
I would suggest waiting.
Yes, I would 100%
I would suggest
suggest
waiting.
waiting.
Soul ties.
It's so many things.
It's just so many
Diseases. It's
diseases.
so many things, ladies. Like
STDs, not
it's and not only
diseases,
that, but like
demons. Sexual transmitted demons.
you are birthing kids and birthing generations with people who
Generational dysfunctions.
like it puts you at risk for so much. And not only that, you're taking it out of context. Sex was designed to be between a woman and a man, a husband and a wife. That's how God designed sex. And when you do it the way that God designed you to do it, it's good. Now, not to say you can't have good sex outside of marriage, but like that marriage sex is just it's
It hit
safe.
different.
It's safe. Like it's just I can't explain it. Like I'm not like in my head like, oh my God, I really shouldn't be doing this, or like, oh man, this feels good, but it shouldn't feel good. Like, girl, I'm in the moment. I am taking this moment in for everything that it is because I can. I have, like that is what it is. So I 100% suggest to wait for sex until marriage for so many reasons. That's a whole video in itself. The girl who commented this, I was like, girl, this is the whole video. And I mean, maybe another podcast episode, because I do want to talk about our journey with celibacy and even have other people on to give their feedback about it too, because it's deep. But I was a little close. But yes, I do. It's worth the wait. And, people say like, oh well, how are you gonna know? You need to test drive a car before you buy it. Were you afraid of that? Like, were you afraid of?
Yeah, you're gonna test drive it, and that car gonna be repoed.
No. Were you afraid? Were you afraid of? Of like, did you have a fear of like, I may not enjoy sex with my wife before we started doing it?
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I had a.
I didn't think so either. I just completely trusted God. I said, God, you know what you're doing, okay? There's no fact this man's body was made from my body, okay? We just fit together like a glove. So we do.
You just saying that? It's like, nah,
You can literally look at us and be like, oh yeah, y'all was meant for each other. Like God will do that. Ain't no so I just knew like, God, you have me. I'm not really concerned, and two, I knew that we could communicate and we could let each other know, you know what I mean? Like sex is something like, even if it's something that can be built up and become better. So I just those were always my thoughts on it. Anyways, yeah, y'all. So that was all of our questions. This is the first Kiera
First podcast on the building in the generation of our family.
First Kiera Burke podcast.
Pass this down.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you made it this far, be sure to like this video or the audio, whatever you hear, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Kiera BRK, and you can follow Joel on Instagram at Joel BRK, JOEL BRK.
And if y'all liking this, man, listen up. I'm gonna start a podcast for me and my people. So listen up, man. Like, I feel like this is I'm not a surface level guy. Yeah. I hate talking about surface level stuff. I want to get into the deep, to the deep.
To the nitty gritty.
To the deep. So if you like to listen to deep stuff and you like to articulate and have intellectual conversation, I'm gonna, be doing a podcast on that. So yeah, I like this. I like having.
Yeah, like this was so fun to record, and I'm just really excited about it. I hope y'all like it too. Like, feedback is everything to me. So let me know who y'all would want next on the podcast, Who
I
y'all
told
want
I
to
told Nika
see?
I told Nika Green she need to get on the podcast.
Yeah. Let me know next who y'all would want to see on the Kiera Burke podcast until we get a name for it. If we
Yeah,
ever get a
the
name.
Kiera Burke podcast is pissing me.
You also said Kiera Diaries was pissing you off.
Everything ain't gotta be Kiera.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. What else should it be?
The girls.
No. The girls' room. It's gonna be, yeah, that's what, oh my God, I was about to start singing that. We're connected. Yeah, that's gonna be my theme song. I'm gonna play it.
Man, that song corny.
I'm gonna play it. Okay, let her see.
Corny. I love you, Krishan. I love you.
That song is not corny.
I love you, but you should have gave that song to Lil Uzi Vert.
No, and we don't say his name on this.
Little Uzi Vertical. You should have gave that song to Little Uzi Vertical. We could have.
Sister Rock, I love it. Okay, that's actually going to be my theme song, my outro, and my intro to the Kiera Burke podcast. We out, y'all.
It's a vibe all the time. It's a vibe all the time. It's no surprise. Can't look